Hey, welcome to another edition of East LA Sports Scene's High School Game of the Week as we follow the Torres Toros into week number 1. Officially, week 0 happened last week, but now we're into week 1, and they have a road game here against the Hollywood Shakes. In just a moment, we're going to go to the kickoff, but should be a very, very interesting game because last year, Hollywood bumped Torres out of the playoffs. So Torres is really looking for a revenge or an upset to come back here and play Hollywood in this matchup here. It's a non-conference game, but it still will count in the standings or in the rankings or your overall one-loss record. So get ready for the kickoff. It's coming up in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene covering the Torres Toros against the Hollywood Shakes. To the Torres Toros, number 9, Mario Gonzalez, back with Adam Morales, set to receive the kickoff. And we are, of course, as you can hear, on the Hollywood side. There's only one set of stands, so we happen to be right here with the Hollywood High School. It's going to be kind of noisy throughout the evening. So here we go. Number 41, set to kick off for Hollywood. He comes up, approaches, kicks it off. And there's whistles already on that. And a penalty on the kickoff. They're going to have to redo that. And while they reset, we'll try to get some names for you here for Hollywood. Again, here we are now with week number 1, and the records coming in. Torres 1-0, defeating Verdugo Hills the last week by a final score of 48-16. And Hollywood High School lost to Franklin in their opening game. So penalty against Hollywood. They were offsides on the kickoff. 5-yard penalty. They kick off now from the 35-yard line. Again, Morales back with Gonzalez, set to receive the kickoff. There's a run-up. There's a kick. It's going to be a shallow kick. And Morales picked it up, hands to lateral it back to Gonzalez, and made some good yardage up to around the 40-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Torres Toros. And we're going to keep our eye, of course, on Taekwon Gilmore leading his team, the Torres Toros, in many categories offensively. 1st and 10, they say he ran out of bounds at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Toros. Let's see who Coach Charles Burley sends out here on the offensive unit. We'll get you the names as soon as we possibly can log them into our sheet here. Here they come onto the field for the first possession of the game. Okay, out of the shotgun is going to be Brandon Rivas. Misdirection play. Gilmore. He's on his feet, sweeping around left end, breaks a tackle, 40, 35, 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's in for a touchdown. A 62-yard scamper on the opening play of the game, no flags on the field. So we do the math very simply from the 38 to the 50, that's 12, and add it on to the other 50. And we have the math adding up to 62 yards on the kickoff on the first play of the game for the Torres Toros. They go up very quickly, and he is All-City and on the All-American watch list here. Hopefully we'll see him in the Army game at the end of the season for the All-Star players. There's a kick by Kenny Torres. It's up. It's good, and just like that, it's 7-0. And before the fans can get themselves into the seats, Torres is on the board, 7-0. We'll be back with the kickoff. This is East LA Sports Scene. We're set to go here. Torres ready to kick off. It's a squib kick by Torres. It's gonna be whistled back for a violation. It looks like it may be an offsides penalty against the Torres Toros, signaling the same call for against the Sheiks on their kickoff. So Torres goes back 5 yards to the 35. Looks like Torres will have to kick it from there. Okay, we're going to check that. Kicking off for the Toros is Frank Urzua. Garcia and Urzua has a squib kick down to a science. It's going to be fielded right there at about the 39-yard line. It's a dangerous kickoff. Very dangerous. And here we are, though, ready to go. 1st and 10 coming up for Hollywood. And we're going to set their backfield and their offense for you in just a moment. First time looking at Hollywood High School. Okay, looks like number 2 is going to be lined up at the quarterback spot. That's Damian Pecoraro, and behind him, number 9, Sean Kaplan. At least that's going by the roster that we have here from Max Preps. Shotgun formation, snap. Oh, destruction. Oh, just nailed. Yeah, that was Taekwon Gilmore shot the gap there, and as soon as the runner received the snap, the handoff, he got blasted right there. Did not have any chance of movement, and the ball will be spotted now at the 31-yard line. So loss of 8. 11 minutes left in the first quarter, just underway here. We'll be setting here the lineup, offensive starting lineup here for the Shakes. Wide receiver out here is Dalen Bailey, number 7, out to the left. Man in motion. Passes to his man, he's got him open. And he's brought down there at about, let's call it the 42-yard line. In on the stop. On the stop there for the Toros, number 59, Ish Arcega. Pickup of about, let's call it 15 yards. Going to be second and about 4. Make it 5. Check it. Third and 5. Pass again out to the flank. Still on his feet. He's going to be short of a first down. A little short, it'll be 4th down and 2. Pass is caught there and for a short gain, and then runner was knocked out of bounds. They call it now 4th, and they call it about 2 yards, maybe 1 yard. 4th and 1 for the Shakes. Trailing now 7-0. 9 minutes and 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Back in punt formation. Number 41 is the punter. There's the snap. Kick and goes to the right sideline near the scoreboard. Near the scoreboard, the ball is going to be touched at about the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Toros. So on 4th and 1, the Hollywood Shakes decided to go for the punt, and it goes downfield, maybe a net of about 25 yards. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Toros. At quarterback, Brandon Rivas, he's one of the co-captains, along with Taekwon Gilmore. Taekwon's a senior, 5'10", 170. Brandon Rivas, senior, 5'10", 170 as well. And we're going to see a multiple set offense, sometimes a single back, sometimes multiple backs, and different looks that the Coach Burnley has put into his offense, revolving around Taekwon Gilmore. Referee now is going to stop play. The white hat wants to talk things over. Setting now the first down markers. That's what it was. Okay, here we go. He's going to move 10 yards up. And a down flags are going to be set. Okay, 1st and 10. Again, Rivas along with Gilmore make up the backfield for the Toros. Adam Morales flanked out here to the right along with Antonio Greer on the right side. There's a snap. Handoff. It's coming to Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams is still on his feet. He's going at the 30, the 40. Oh, and he rips off a huge run. Number 42, Jalen Williams, sophomore, 6'1", 195. And it looks like we have an injured player over here for Hollywood, down at about the 30-yard line. Referee's going to stop play as they tend to the injured player. So the Torres offense is in high gear already, as we saw Jalen Williams rip off a minimum of 10, 20, 35-yard run. 1st and 10 here for the Toros. 75 is over the center, is over the ball. That's Steve Ledesma. There's a snap. Quick handoff up the middle. Not even touched. Touchdown, Torres. A 32-yard run. No flags on the field. And again, Jalen Williams, the workhorse on that play. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. And we're still in the first quarter at 8:45. Jalen Williams gets up on the board for a touchdown. A fullback blast up the middle, barely touched, if anything. Might have been touched on his foot. But here comes Torres in for the point after. Snap, placement, kick. It is no good. Looks like the one referee was signaling the no good, so it's going to score will go to 13-0 in favor of Torres. So lightning speed action coming from Torres. They're fired up on a rematch of this game. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Center. Okay, here we go now. Frank Orzua ready for the run-up. And there's that squib kick. It's touched. The ball is live. Picked up at about the 37-yard line, and then he's destroyed there on the return. Eric Avitia, number 63, is all over the field on defense and making his presence known. We're going to get the D-line here for the Toros in just a moment. 1st and 10 from the 31 now. That's what the referees spotted the ball at. '74 is Jesse Hernandez for Torres. Number 11 at the defensive end is Antonio Greer. Keep your eye on him. Number 2 is the quarterback. And a whistle now is going to hold up play.
What's happening? What's happening? What about both of them?
Okay, referees meeting up here. They're going to talk it over. Oh, no penalty. He's going to wave it off. Okay, number 2, Damian Pecoraro. He's a sophomore. He's a quarterback. His running back, single running back behind him, number 9, is Sean Kaplan. I formation. Handoff given to Kaplan. Still on his feet. Then he's going to be gang tackled. Gonzalez in there, Hernandez in there, and along with number 5, it's Jorge Cepeda. He's one of the captains on defense, co-captains on defense. Cepeda along with Ish Arcega, co-captains for the Toros on the defensive unit. Okay, just short of a first. He got good yardage on that. Kaplan did. It's going to be 2nd and 1, let's call it. Basically, less than 1 yard. Give him 9.5 yards on the carry for his credit. Referee in the white. Okay. Looks like a measurement, feels like a measurement, so they're going to call one here, and we'll keep our eye on that in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. We're going now. Here it is. They're going to be short on that measurement, so it's still going to be 2nd and 6, about 6 inches, half a foot. And the Toros out in front very quickly on their first two possessions, two touchdowns. The first by Gilmore in electrifying fashion, a 62-yard burst on misdirection. And then on the second possession, Jalen Williams just blasting off of his launching pad in the backfield and just drove it in 32 yards for his second touchdown. 13-0 right now at this point in the game with 8:01 left in the first quarter. East LA Sports Scenes bringing you the game along with my staff here tonight, Rico Cabrera Jr., along with Frank Lee Robles and yours truly, Rico Cabrera Sr., doing the play-by-play for East LA Sports Scene Productions. Here we go. Handoff. Kaplan. And he will have enough for the first down. Okay, flag ends up on the play. And we have Williams along with Arcega plugging the hole there. So let's check the referees.
Personal foul.
Okay. Okay, personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct at the end of the play. And the Shakes will benefit from that and move forward another, let's call it 15 yards, major penalty. Ball's going to be moved all the way down to about the 30, let's call it 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for Hollywood.
Torres territory. The Shakes come out 1st and 10.
Okay, back on defense in the safeties, we have Efren Vargas along with Frank Urzua. There's a play. This time it's going to number 5. That's going to be Amir Davis. He's a sophomore running back. He may have picked up a couple of yards. Let's see where they spot the ball. Oh, he lost yardage. He lost about 2.5 yards, so it's going to be second. Let's call it 12.
Number 9 is it?
Okay, Kaplan along with his quarterback, Pecoraro. Man in motion. Oh, he's going to be stuck right there. Caught right there. The flag comes in.
Toss it down, but there's a flag on the play.
And there's number 2 for Hollywood, comes up shaking his head. That's the quarterback. Okay, so the flag went down, and they're calling it again on Torres. Referees indicate he's unsportsmanlike conduct again. Major penalty. So it might have had something to do with his face mask or ripping off his helmet. So Hollywood capitalizing on the real estate by virtue of the penalties. But as anyone would say, they'll take that any time of the day.
2nd down and 1 to go.
Okay, now it's 2nd and 1 in this series. 6:34 left in the first quarter. Torres 13, Hollywood 0 in case you're just joining us. We're coming to you from the home field of the Hollywood Shakes. And that is spelled correctly now. S-H-E-I-K-S. Shakes.
And the quarterback comes out.
Okay, David Galindo now. He's going to be the quarterback here as the referees ruled that the quarterback had to sit out one play. Now here's Coach Burnley asking for a consultation with the white hat referee, the lead official in tonight's game. We'll be back in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Okay, we're back to live action just that quick. Galindo now, number 3, is going to take the snap out of the shotgun. Hands it off to Kaplan. And he's going to be dragged down there. Good tackle. Antonio Greer coming in from his defensive end position, just snagged him, dropped him to the turf. Clock is running now with 6 minutes left in the first quarter. Game number 2 of the season. Hollywood 0-1, Torres 1-0. 5:50 now, clock is running. Pecoraro back in, number 2, dropping back. He's going to throw it out here from his flat to his running back, Kaplan. It's completed and good. It looks like he's close to the first down. The referee's indicating first down now for Hollywood. So on that completion, Pecoraro over to number 9, Sean Kaplan. He's a junior. Let's see where they spot the ball. Looks like it's going to be well spotted maybe at, let's call it the 15-yard line. Pecoraro to Kaplan. Kaplan trying to sweep out to the sideline. Can't make it. And again, in on the tackle, Jalen Williams, number 42, in good pursuit of the ball carrier. Williams is a linebacker, sophomore, again, 6'1", 195. He's got good size. And they're going to give him a credit of 3 yards on the rush. So second and call it 7. 4:45 left in the first period of play. Coming to you on the last day of August, 2017. Beautiful, call it summer night here in the city of Angels, Hollywood specifically for the game tonight. Flags all over the place. There's illegal procedure, offsides against Hollywood. They're going to move him back 5 yards. So it's going to be second and 12. Clock stopped on the field with 4:33. It's running again at 4:30 and counting down. Torres on top, 13-0. In case you're just joining us here for East LA Sports Scene's high school game of the week. Pecoraro has it. He's got inside a slant pattern. It's connected. And in on the stop, Efren Vargas, senior, 5'6", 175. It's a pickup of, let's see how many yards. Let's give him 8 yards on that. It's going to be 3rd and 4. For Hollywood. Wide receivers, number 7 for Hollywood, Dalen Bailey, out to the left. They have triple receivers out here to the left side here for Hollywood. Kaplan shakes him. He shook off Gilmore and then slipped a tackle, but then brought down finally by number 74. There is Jesse Hernandez. Let's see, it's going to bring up now 4th and about, let's see, 2. 4th and 2 here. 4th and 2 for Hollywood. And they're going to take a timeout to talk things over. We'll be back in just a moment. Okay, we're coming back to the live action here. Big play here. Let's see what head coach Frank Galvan has called. They're going to go for a field goal. In to attempt a field goal, number 17, Andrew Herrera. There's a snap. The placement, the kick is up. Let's see if it's no good. A little wide left. So the Toros capitalize here on a break there by a missed field goal attempt. And they'll get the ball. Let's see where the officials will place that. In high schools, it looks like it should go to the 20-yard line. But we'll be back with the lineup here and the set from Torres in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Here we go. Referees have placed it at the 20. Torres has it. Rivas, I formation. Handoff goes to the second man through. That's Williams. Now check that. That was Gilmore. Gilmore got no yardage on that play. One of the very few times you'll see Gilmore go up the middle. Coach Burnley has it. Very, very special offense where a lot of the movement is done by the quarterback as he pivots and then hands off on misdirection plays. That might have been a setup play here. Now in a triple set offense, pitch, here comes Gilmore. He's going to try and get around the end and rolled out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. It's going to be third down. And Gilmore's going to head back to the huddle. He's taking his time. Hopefully he's not injured. He's just catching his breath here, but the clock is stopped with 2:20, but lo and behold, there's a penalty. We didn't know there was laundry on the field at any given time. They just went with the play. We didn't even hear the referee give a signal or see the referee with a signal for a penalty against Torres. Okay, Rivas, he's flanked by his running backs in the backfield. Wide receivers on both sides. Long snap here, trying to draw the defense off. Pitch. And here is Gilmore. Reversing field. Here he comes again. Breaks a tackle on his feet at the 30, 35. He's going the other way. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Oh, and he slowed up just for a second. He was tackled at the 2-yard line. Oh, he'll remember that play there. Taekwon Gilmore didn't look back. And number 3, we believe it was number 3 that caught him, David Galindo, from behind, saving the touchdown. But give Gilmore unofficially a 95-yard run. Ball was snapped from about the 2 to the 5-yard line. Now Torres is going to take a timeout, but we're going to calculate the math on that. But it was a misdirection play. A typical Taekwon Gilmore run that we had to describe, where he went to his left, had no room, circled back around, picked up his blockers at about the 10, 15-yard line, and then it was a foot race all the way to the goal line. But he didn't look back, but when he did, Galindo was there to tackle him at the 2-yard line. We'll be back in a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Whistle sounds. Here we go. Torres looking for his 3rd touchdown. Rivas with the snap. Straight up the middle. And he'll be stopped. That was number 54. That was Deontay Leon. They put in the big jumbo package, 5'9", 275. He's a senior. So Coach Burnley looking to loosen up the middle there. Rivas is back in here at quarterback. Oh, whistles all over the field. It's going to be a penalty. With 51 seconds left. So check that. No penalty, another timeout. Coach Burnley wants to talk things over. He doesn't want to blow this scoring opportunity here because every opportunity must be capitalized and cashed in on. We'll be back in a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Back into the game. Looking at the big offensive line with number 74, Jesse Hernandez, and number 76, Sebastian Mayorga. Mayorga comes in at 266. Jesse Hernandez, 265. Snap, pitch. Williams around in. Breaks it through, and he's in for the touchdown. Let's give him credit for a 2-yard run over right tackle and right end. And he picks up his 2nd touchdown of the night, barring any penalty flags that are on the field. We see none, so the score stands.
Gilmore,
Okay, score now reads. Okay, going for a 2-point conversion. Rivas is going to keep it, and he's going to be stopped. Okay, broken play. He paid the price. 2-point conversion, unsuccessful. We'll come back with the kickoff in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene.
This one, he was like, I'm
Okay, there's the whistle. Frank Orzua with this patented squib kick is going to go out of bounds. There's the flag. So if it goes out of bounds, it's a penalty. Let's see what Hollywood decides to do here, whether they will accept it as a penalty or they'll kick it over. Okay. Okay, they're going to look for the yard line. They want to spot it. They're going to go at the 35. 44 seconds left in the first quarter. Hollywood ball, 1st and 10. They're trailing 19-0 here just as we end the first quarter. Pecoraro at number 2, the quarterback, out of the shotgun with his running back, Kaplan. Snap, pass, and he completes it to his wide receiver. Looks like that was completed at number 88. That's Manuel Campos. It's going to be short of a first down. Give him credit for 7 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 3. As we wind down, will be the final play of the first quarter.
This will be the last play of the first quarter.
There's the quarterback now set to take the snap. Damian Pecoraro, he has the dropping back, looking to his left. Now he's out of the pocket, running straight up. And he's wrapped up from behind. And give Jalen Williams credit on that tackle there at midfield. Clock is running. And they're going to be close. That's it. That's the end of the first quarter there. And we'll be back with the start of the second period. This is East LA Sports Scene with Torres 19, Hollywood 0. Here we go. Start of the second quarter. Pecoraro throws it to his left. See, it looked like it was a reception there. It's going to be for short yardage. Pickup of about 4. Let's call it 2nd and 6. Just underway here in the second quarter. East LA Sports Scene's high school game of the week. Torres traveling here to Hollywood. Hollywood playing in the Central League and Torres from the Northern League. Out of the shotgun. Pecoraro has it. It's going to go on the option. Going right. Still on his feet. First down pickup. But Williams, along with number 6, Orzua, put the finishing stop on the quarterback there. Although he does pick up a first down, it's going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Shakes. Here comes the snap. Pecoraro looking left, downfield, looking for a receiver. Way overthrown. Double coverage provided there by the Toros. Number 1 was Efren Vargas. Also back in the vicinity, let's get his number here for you. Looked like it was number 5. That was Jorge Cepeda.
And then for number 15, that's Edwin Garcia.
Clock stopped with 10:51 on the incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 from the 35. Pecoraro again, incomplete. Looking for number 11. That was Spencer White. He's a wide receiver, junior. Clock stops again. 10:48 left in the half. 3rd down on the 35. In the secondary, you have Taekwon Gilmore along with Adam Morales. He's a free safety. Shotgun. Pecoraro down the middle. Oh, picked off. Look out. He's still going. 40. Okay. Big INT there. Okay, big play there right in the middle of the field. Just using his instincts.
Torres takes over.
Big play there.
Could you see that?
Okay, it's going to be the Toros ball when we come back.
All on the Hollywood 48-yard line.
Ball is going to be spotted at the 48. The Toros on the sideline as if it's a timeout. Clock is stopped with 10:37 left in the half. Okay, they break the huddle and here they come.
Penalty called on.
Okay, delay of game penalty. They'll accept that. Coach Burnley wanted to get some tactics set up here. And now they're going to take a timeout behind the penalty. So we'll take a break and come back in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Okay, here we go now. Torres. Rivas. Oh, he's going to be dragged down there for a big loss. It looked like he wanted to throw downfield, but he had no time. With the big red wave coming in on him, he did the right thing and took the loss. It's going to be 2nd and 20 for the Toros. Clock is moving now. We're heading towards the 10-minute mark in the half. Greer comes out here, flanked to the left. Williams along with Gilmore in the backfield for Rivas. Greer in motion. Comes back. Pitch. Here we go. Gilmore trying to sweep in. He's going to be dragged down. Picks up some yardage. Picks up a gain on the play, but the defense came up and met him. Stopped him short. And on the tackle, Dalen Bailey comes out limping. It's going to be 3rd, and let's call it gain of 3 there for Gilmore. 3rd and 17. Checking the alignment here on offense. Number 80, tight end, number 80. That's Chris Leon. Oh, the ball got on the floor. Let's see what happened. Oh, fumble. Hollywood picks it up. Bad snap there on the exchange. And the Toros give it up here on a fumble. 1st and 10 for Hollywood. It's going to be on their own 42-yard line. Defensive unit will come onto the field for the Toros. .55 left in the half. In the I formation, Pecoraro along with his running back, he'll give it to him. Oh, he's got some yardage. He's got a couple of good big blocks up the middle. He drives all the way down to the 28-yard line. That was number 9, Sean Kaplan, showing some very steady work from the running back position. Broke off a big run up the middle there. 1st and 10. Ball's going to be spotted on the 28-yard line. Let's see if the Toros can stand the test here on defense. Hollywood in a scoring threat position here. Running play off left tackle. And that's Kaplan. They're just giving it a ground and pound game here for the Shakes. 2nd, didn't call it 5 here. So after a Torres fumble, Hollywood now looks like they've got some momentum. Number 5 on the defensive end or inside linebacker, check that. Number 5 is Jorge Cepeda. Keep your eye on him, along with Greer and Williams. Handoff. Stay. Oh, he's going to be dropped in the backfield. Toros snuffed it. And here is Greer moving in from his right end, defensive end position. And Greer, he is a junior going 6'4" and 195. So nice size in there for Torres in all facets of the game here. Third and 7. Ball spotted on the 26-yard line. Uh-oh, looked like there was some movement or delay a game. Usually the delay a game when the flag comes from the back judge. The 5 yards are going to be moved against Hollywood. Clock stopped at 7:19. It's going to be 3rd and 12 now. Big break here for the Toros. Hollywood playing going forward and then going backward. Kind of canceling things out here. They're going to be spotted at where they originally almost had their line of scrimmage. Now it's at the 31. Snap. Here is Pecoraro. Going to throw it here on the flat. Has a receiver. Connected. Ball's going to be out of bounds at a 15-yard line. It looks like number 11, White. No, check there. Yeah, Spencer White on the reception. And is he going to be good enough for a first down? Yes. Referees are going to move the chains, so it's going to be 1st and 10 from the, let's call it the 17. Big play there from Pecoraro to White. Just a 15-yarder and then down and out. Fake handoff. Oh, look out. And he was unintentionally hit. Okay, if the flag came out, they're going to call a face mask, but unintentional. Williams had his hand up, and Pecoraro ran into that because he was ready to tackle him, but there was contact at the helmet. This is going to be a major penalty here, half the distance of the goal, most likely, against Torres. But again, unintentional, but the referees have to call it. Yeah, it's going to be a big break for Hollywood. Should be 1st and goal based on the penalty, the severity of the penalty. So they're going to have to go half the distance to the goal. Should be spotted at about the 8-yard line. And that's exactly what the referees do. 1st and 10, 1st and goal now for Hollywood. Again, the Toros getting tested here on defense. Pecoraro fakes, hand, pass. 5, he's going to be in for the touchdown. And that's Spencer White. Give him credit for the touchdown. So an 8-yard passing scoring play there via the pass from Pecoraro to his wide receiver. That comes at 6:54 left in the second quarter. And let's see what the Shakes do on the point after. Okay, special teams are in now for the snap. There's a kick, and it's good. And with the score now, 19-7, Hollywood moves a little bit closer. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Hey, we're getting set for the kickoff from Hollywood to Torres. Back to receive for Torres, standing on his 15-yard line, Taekwon Gilmore, All-American candidate, All-City from last year and looking to be All-CIF again this year. Here's the run-up, and it's going to be a short kick, and it's going to be caught right at the 35-yard line, out of bounds though, so Torres will have a decision here, see where they want to take the ball. And let's see where they spot it.
Stepped out of bounds at the 36.5-yard line, 37-yard line.
Okay, either way, if they re-kick it, it goes for a re-kick. If not, they take it right there based on the penalty at the 35. Okay, bringing you our coverage here on East LA Sports, and hope you're enjoying it. Second game of the season for both schools. This we're covering the LA City section.
The officials.
And let's see what the officials decide. We'll be back in a moment. This is East LA Sports. Look out. Keep your eye on number 7, Taekwon Gilmore. Dangerous whenever he has the ball. Not that time. He's smothered there on the tackle by Hollywood. Pickup maybe of about 2 yards on the carry. Again, he's being keyed on so much by many of the opponents that see him in action because he's got such tremendous talent. He's a gifted runner, as he's very strong and explosive and can do lots and lots of things with the ball. Change of his direction, his acceleration, his velocity, his speed, his determination. Here he comes over left tackle. He's going to the races. He's gone 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. And there he goes again. Let's call it a 60, 50, 64, 65-yard run. Second touchdown for Taekwon Gilmore. As we were just talking about his greatness, he was on camera. We caught it again, all of his touchdowns tonight, following up 7 touchdowns last week. He's added 2 more, 9 touchdowns in 2 games. That is a record pace for any running back should he maintain that type of average. So Taekwon Gilmore has all the credentials going in his favor, and with that score, it moves up 25-7. Let's see what the PAT is here, coming from Coach Burnley and the offensive coordinators. Taekwon, a sprint out. It's picked off on the point after. It was a 2-point conversion. Gilmore threw an interception. It's unremarkable because no score can be converted from that. So anyway, the 2-point conversion is no good. But again, ladies and gentlemen, Taekwon Gilmore, number 7 on his jersey. Yeah, he's a senior, again, going very far. We'll be back with the kickoff. This is East LA Sports. Okay, here we go. Urzua doing his thing there with the squibber. And there it goes down right there. Let's call it at about the 36-yard line. And Hollywood will put the ball in play with 5:55 left in the half. They trail by 18 points. Score is 25-7 in favor of the Toros. And Torres really relishing the fact that they're out in front here, want to keep the pressure on offensively because this is a rematch of last year's playoff game. However, we know that certain seniors are not here in this edition of 2017. However, it's still the same schools. And who knows, it possibly could be a preview of a late season playoff matchup. Anyway, here we go. 1st and 10. Pecoraro still at the controls. Dropping back, looks to his left. Completes. And it's good for about maybe 5 yards. He's going to be run out of bounds right there in front of the Torres bench. He stayed in bounds. The clock continues to move. But now it's stopped at 5:45. Pass completed. Picks up 4 yards. 2nd and 6. And we're going to show you when we have the opportunity, the Hollywood skyline here right in front of us as we face north near the famous intersection of Hollywood or Sunset and Highland here where Hollywood High School is located. As we're hand off to Kaplan. He tries to swing right, but beautiful tackle there. Jalen Williams, number 42. Plays both ways, as many of the players on Torres do. But Jalen Williams, again, he's a sophomore, 6'1", 195. So with Williams and Greer anchoring the end spots, that's going to be tough for the running backs to get around them. He's got some good linebackers with Jorge Cepeda, number 5, to go along with that combination. Pecoraro drops back. It's complete. And he's going to be hauled down there. First man to reach him, number 5, that was Jorge Cepeda. He went from his left to his right. It's going to be a short pass, but it's good enough for a first down. Effective short yardage passing from Pecoraro to his running backs. Looks like that was intended for Dalen Bailey, number 7. Okay, here we go. Same formation. Passes. It's going to be caught, but for short yardage again. Pass was intended for, we believe, number 86. We'll try to give him credit here. Should we find his number on the roster for Hollywood?
Second down and 5.
Okay. We may be off by a digit, but we're not sure. We're going to look again on their roster. 2nd and 5. A lot of activity, but nothing happening here. Good coverage in the secondary. Adam Morales going man for man with his receiver. Adam wears number 2 on his jersey. Check that. Andrew Morales. Andrew. Stand corrected here. 4:05. Clock is stopped. 25-7. 3rd and 4 from the 41-yard line. In the second period now, heading towards halftime. Pecoraro has it. Drops back. Throwing deep. He had beaten his men. He had 2 defenders on him. Oh, that was number 15. He had to step, but he did not have the ball. It was thrown just a little too far for him. But he had Morales, and it looks like along with his teammate back in the secondary, stride for stride, but the ball was thrown a little too hard. Okay. They have a 3rd down on the scoreboard. Is it 4th? Back to pass. Got a man there in the flat. Is it good? Is he inside?
First down.
Okay, they rule him to be inside, and he catches it at about the, let's call it the 33-yard line.
33-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Shakes.
To go.
Ball spotted exactly, let's call it at the 33-yard line. Gilmore in the secondary along with Morales watching for the sideline pass or the post pattern. Pecoraro lofts it. Just over his defender, his receiver at the 25. Pass is incomplete. Looking for his receiver, Dalen Bailey, number 7.
And it'll be 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Let's call it from the 33-yard line.
Coach Galvan said you with the quarterback.
Okay, the Shakes break the huddle. Here they come out. Wide receiver out here to the right. There's Spencer White. Now check the number 15. We do not have his name on the roster. There's a snap. Completion at the 30. Still on his feet, but he does not get very much yardage. Give him a yard or 2 on the play. Again, short drop back passes. It was intended for number 7, Bailey, and he caught it, but great coverage on the play. Clock moving now, 3:25 left in the half. Hollywood in possession, here they come. Kaplan along with Pecoraro in the backfield. There's a snap, rolling to his right. Pecoraro has a receiver. Knocked out of bounds there, right at the, call it the, let's see where that is, at the 25, near the 25-yard line. And that would be Spencer White, who caught the first touchdown of the game for Hollywood, number 11 on his jersey. Short of the first down, fourth down now. Let's see if the Toros can hold here. Big play. Coach Burnley's and the defensive coaching staff have their sets ready to go here on this play. Let's see what they've called. Pecoraro looking down the middle. Check that. Knocked loose and no good. And that was intended for White. He drops it. Torres takes over right in the middle of the field on a post pattern. Clock stopped on the field with exactly 3 minutes. And in 3 minutes, that's a totality of time for the Toros, especially when you have a running back like Taekwon Gilmore, capable of breaking off gigantic yardage on runs, if not for touchdowns, at least for pure yardage and rushing yardage. Let's see what Coach Burnley has in mind here before they get into the locker room at halftime. Gilmore in the backfield along with Williams. Oh, look out. The ball went off of the Torres player, and then Gilmore picked it up and then went down pretty hard. Looked like he came down on his shoulder. But he's okay. And let's see what they call here on the penalty. Very, very different type of a play that we saw there. It looked like it was a jumbo backfield, but Rivas, somehow the ball got through his hands, and then it just skyrocketed straight up. And along with that bad play, a penalty was called. We didn't pick up the signal or the indication from the referee, but it's a major penalty. Ball's marked on the 5-yard line. Rivas. And let's see if that's going to be close for a safety. Did he get out of the end zone? Ball was given to Taekwon Gilmore on the play. Loss of 4. Let's see what Coach Burnley does here. It's going to be second and a ton. They have to get out to the 33-yard line, so it's going to be second and 32 yards for a first down. Not an impossibility with, again, the skills and the quality of running that's native to number 7, Taekwon Gilmore. It's possible that he can score even on this play. Rivas over center. He's got to be careful. Hand off to Williams. Oh, he got snuffed in the backfield for safety. Oh, Hollywood read that nicely and dropped Williams deep in the end zone. And coming up now will be a free kick for Torres. We'll be back in a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Hollywood scores and has 9 points with that play. Here we go now. Urzua in bad shape here for his kickoff. It's a free kick after a safety. Here it goes. It's going to be fairly deep, taking it about the 47-yard line. And there he's going to drop down. 63, first man to hit him. And it's going to be first and 10 for Hollywood, but give credit to number 63 for Torres. That's Eric Avitia. First and 10 for the Shakes. First and 10 from the 45-yard line. So great field position. Let's see what Pecoraro can do again. He likes to throw it down the middle. Sometimes to his flat, sometimes on a post pattern. Let's see what happens here. Hollywood High breaking the huddle. They have a decent shot of putting some points up on the board, either by field goal or by touchdown. They've already gone the safety route. There's a snap. Pecoraro Break is flushed out of the pocket, still on his feet. Trying to find some room to the 30. Got a good angle. Then pushed out of bounds there. Nicely by Andrew Morales. But a big gain. There's a Hollywood player down on the field. Looks like he's injured. And we'll come back after they attend to that player. This is East LA Sports Scene. Okay, back to the action. There was Jack Milford, 69 on Hollywood. It was good to see him walk off on his own power. So hopefully they'll tend to him and maybe he gets back into the game. Pecoraro now looking downfield, looking for his receiver. Caught right there at about the 12-yard line and knocked out of bounds. We had Gonzalez along with Morales in there to knock him out of bounds. Clock is stopped though. Good passing pattern there by Coach Galvan. A down and out and then out of bounds, stopping the clock. 1st and 10 here for the Sheiks. Ball spotted at the 13-yard line. Again, another call here to the Torres defense. Shotgun offense for Pecoraro. Looks left, goes right, almost dropped there, gets out of his grasp of a tackler. Completed. Short pass at about the 7-yard line. And another player down for Hollywood. Let's see if we can pick up who that injured player is. Maybe the quarterback, Pecoraro, number 2. Yes, it is a quarterback. Let's see what they're going to call here, whether it was an unsportsmanlike conduct or a late hit. We'll be back in a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Because of the quarterback being injured on that play temporarily, he has to sit out one play, and with that, they're inserting David Galindo in for him. And again, major penalty at the end of that play. Ball spotted almost at the 4-yard line here for the Sheiks. Handoff. Kaplan, dragged down there. Beautiful tackle by Gilmore. Whoa, Taekwon Gilmore rising to the occasion there. Read that beautifully and just grabbed the runner. Kaplan dropped them for a loss. Big play there. But the clock is stopped. Let's see what the referees are calling here. What's the indication? Let's see what. No flag. The referee signals the clock to start. The referee in the white hat. Clock is running. Let's see what the Toros do here on defense. A big test for them. They want to keep Hollywood at bay. Keep them only with the 9 points that they have.
And we'll have to wait to see what happens. Your defender came across the line of scrimmage.
Let's see whether the defender drawing offsides or not. Offense against Hollywood, yes. Movement on the offensive line by Hollywood. Good job by the Torres defense, sniffing that out. And then causing that penalty to be effected. Timeout call by Coach Frank Galvan. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, here we go now. Set for the final 52 seconds of the half. Dropping back, throwing over. This receiver is going to be no good. Way too high. Here's another flag that's thrown at the end of the play. Oh my goodness, it's going to go against Antonio Greer. We were looking downfield and missed that. Roughing the passer. Oh boy. Big mistake. They're going to mark that off against Torres. It's going to put Hollywood in great field position again. Ball's going to be spotted at, let's call it the 5-yard line. Oh, Coach Burnley's going to have to speak with his players about these penalties. They're really coming at the most inopportune times, and they are huge penalties, unsportsmanlike in nature. Let's see what Coach Galvan sends in for Hollywood now. Quickly up now, approaching the ball. Pecoraro back in the game. He's got Kaplan behind him in the I-back. Snap. Pass in pursuit. It's going to be low. Let's see, did he catch it? Is that a reception or not? It's an incomplete pass. Looked like it hit the turf and then bounced into the hands of the receiver. The ball is going to be marked at the 44-yard line. I checked at the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal to go for Hollywood. Desperately looking to get into double figures with the score, make the game at least in a reachable distance for the second half. Right now it's 25-9, a 16-point lead. And let's see what Hollywood comes up with here. Shotgun. Pecoraro going left on a rollout. Stops. Looking intercepted. Oh my goodness. Going up high for that. Let's see, is that Taekwon? It looks like it was. He rose with his leaping ability and picked it off, and they stave off a threat there by the Sheiks with 39 seconds left. Big play for the Toros. Passing the test here for Coach Burnley and his defensive coordinators and his coaching staff. It's going to be 1st and 10 from, let's call it the 20-yard line for Torres. A big play there. So you see the threat of Taekwon Gilmore on offense and on defense. Certainly one of the most potent 1-2 players, offense and defense, in the city. Can cause damage and can score points, do whatever he needs to do from that position. And there's still plenty of time left for a run. Let's see what happens here. Whistles on the play. Gilmore with the ball in his hands. Let's see what the referee in the white hat's going to signal. Spotting the ball right there at the 15-yard line. So it's going to be most likely an illegal procedure penalty against the Toros. Ball's going to be spotted at the 15, and line of scrimmage was the 20. Check that, 35 seconds left in the half. So the backfield now, Gilmore 7, 42 Williams. In the shotgun is Gilmore. Gilmore off and running, here he goes. Look out, he could break tackles. Still going, watch out from behind, it's a foot race. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, 20, 10. He's in for the touchdown. Line of scrimmage was the 20. Give him an 80-yard touchdown, as we mentioned. Any time in the game, he's a threat to score. Taekwon Gilmore with 12.9 seconds left. Wait a minute. One referee is talking to the lead official. Let's see what they're discussing. Yeah, here comes a penalty. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Unbelievable. Well, after the play had already been in motion, the flag went down. My goodness, what's going on here? Took away an 80-yard, check that, 85. Where was the ball marked at? The 15, it was an 85-yard run. My goodness, we'll be back in a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Okay, here we go. Back to the action again. And let's see what Coach Burnley does just to run the clock out and call it a half. Let the Toros go into the locker room with a 25-9 lead. Regather their energies and come back out for the second half. But again, another penalty. Let's see what the referee is going to call this time. The referee is going to be pacing it off against the Toros again. My goodness, we're going to look at the statistics for the yardage penalized in this game. It's going to be way out of control here. But again, the referees have to do their job and call the game the way they've been trained to.
10 seconds to go.
Clock is running. There will not be another play. And there it is. He just snaps it. And there is the half with the score on the scoreboard. Torres 25, Hollywood 9. We'll be back after the halftime intermission. This is East LA Sports Scenes production. Okay, here we go. Oh, look out. They're going down the sideline. He's going to be knocked out of bounds. We're just underway here for the start of the second half, and a trick play. Looked like the squib kick got picked up in a timely manner. And here we go again. Some complications there on special teams. And Hollywood all of a sudden back where they left off in the end of the second quarter. Here they come threatening again now in the third. Based on that play there. So Frank Urzua's kickoff, it squibs all the time, but this time it took a bad bounce. And Hollywood now is on top of it. And here they come now. Ball's on the 23-yard line. Pecoraro has the receiver. Incomplete. Just underway here, starting the second half. Torres up on top, 25-9. Spencer White, the intended receiver, is just over his head. The East LA Sports Scenes game of the week. We're back in business. Glad to be back here within the LA City section here for LA Unified School Districts, covering the Torres Toros, based out of East Los Angeles, California. Pecoraro throws it again. This time it's caught. He's still on his feet, and he's going to be close to a first down. Line of scrimmage was a 23, maybe marked down at the 13-yard line. We're going to try and spot that from where we are here. But a flag now comes out. There's a referee throwing that. And that was a late flag. We've seen many of those tonight. And it looks like it may be going against Hollywood. The yards penalized against the Toros tonight has been in the 100 mark already. And with this penalty, let's see where they spot it. Maybe only 5 yards against Hollywood. Second down now for Hollywood. They're going to need to put their offense in gear to try and pull back into this game. They trail by 16 points, so 2 touchdowns is the difference right now. Pecoraro, another whistle from the back judge. Delay a game against Hollywood. Another 5 yards back. That's the most called penalty play of the season thus far. In the game one, we saw at least 10, and we're nearing that number in this game already. It's unfortunate, but the start of the season, perhaps the teams are responsible for some of the calls based on the fact that they're not in sync yet. Pecoraro dropping back, airing it out, down, into the flat. It's complete, but for short yardage. The big play, not yet a threat from Hollywood. But they're going down and outs in 10 to 15 yards, and nickel and diming the Torres defense there on short passes.
Ball on the 18. Down and about 6.
Double wide outs to the right. Pecoraro, ball hit the ground. There he slips down. And that is a down play there, and that was to, of course, his receiver, Sean Kaplan. Loss of a yard. Going to be 4th down now. Let's see what Coach Galvan does, whether his field goal kicker can make that from the distance. Looks like he's bringing in a player that might attempt that field goal. Now they're going to go for it. Double wideouts on both sides of the field. Man in motion. Pecoraro, he's got it, tries to throw it. It's going to be intercepted. And here it comes. Nicely picked off there. Frank Urzua, give him credit for the INT, and that stalls another drive there as Pecoraro got wrapped up at his heels by the oncoming lineman, and he had no way to air it out or get it downfield with any force. And Frank Urzua said, I'm here, I'll take it, and I'll get credit for the interception. So 1st and 10 for the Toros at 10-18. So the defense again rising to the occasion, holding Hollywood only to 9 points thus far in the game. 10-18 left in the third quarter. And let's see what Coach Burnley does. We see a player over on the far sideline getting treatment from the training staff. Can't tell who that is. Running play over left tackle. And that's Taekwon Gilmore getting up from the pack. See where they spot the ball. Okay, 5-yard gain, so 2nd and 5. Number 11, Greer in the game. He's going to be a wide-out receiver. And the shotgun is Gilmore. Fake handoff. He's going to keep it. Goes left, comes right. He's going to have to make some space. He's got it. He's still running. Cutting back across the field at the 40, 45, 50. He's got blockers. And he's going to turn on the Jets at the 30, the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Taekwon Gilmore. Oh, my goodness. There's the 80-yard touchdown. Uh-oh. We always have to look back here. Is there a penalty? Is there another penalty on the field? Oh, my goodness. Referee signaling that the play is going to be called back. We don't see the flag, though. Where is the flag? Oh, my goodness. Referees are not giving any kind of signal. We have no idea what he's calling. Oh, my goodness. 2 touchdowns of great proportions were called back, negated by some type of a penalty. We don't know what it was yet. It must have happened as he turned the field at about the 30 or 40-yard line. There might have been some type of an infraction. We don't know. And now there's going to be a timeout taken by the Toros. Coach Burnley certainly is going to be talking to his players about penalties. We'll be back in a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Okay, here we go. Back to the action. Rivas under center in the T formation. Pitches it out to Jalen Williams. Williams trying to sweep left end. And it's a struggle. He may get back. Looks like he was going to be trapped at the line of scrimmage, but it turns it upfield maybe for a gain or a yard or two. The scoreboard is indicating 2nd down. Ball spotted at the 21-yard line. Okay, Toros in the huddle now. Here they come. They break it. Second and 10. Here comes another flag from the line judge, or they're going to call holding against Torres. That's the initial indication that there's been another penalty assessed against the Toros. So lack of rhythm, lack of continuity here in the contest. It's unfortunate because most of the penalties have been called against Torres. And the yardage keeps adding up. And that's going to be one statistic we're going to look at after the game is over. Total number of yards penalized against Torres. Oh, wait a minute. There's been a reprieve here. They've reversed it. And the referee in the white hat has overruled his colleague and called a personal foul against Hollywood. Big play there. Finally, the Toros get some relief from a call. Gilmore in the shotgun. Man in motion. He gives it to him on a sweep, but he doesn't get very much. And that was for Efren Vargas on the sweep. And the question is, after every play, is there a penalty? Unfortunate we have to say that, but it seems to be the pattern of this game here. Loss of 2 yards on the play, but again, we're watching Taekwon Gilmore out of the shotgun. And this time, okay, Gilmore now steps in, takes the snap, dropping back, throws it deep. He's got a man open. Oh, just overthrown. Beautiful pass. And it was intended for Antonio Greer. But a nice pass downfield by Taekwon Gilmore, showing himself as an offensive threat from any position, whether he is the running back or the quarterback. You see his skills definitely on display. Taekwon Gilmore, one of the most talked about high school players in America on this date here for the 2017 season. 7:51 left. Clock was stopped on the incomplete pass. Rivas back in the game at quarterback. Takes the snap, pitch, Gilmore. He's trying to get outside as he normally does, a sweep around end, but he's going to be met there. A lot of resistance there from the cornerback coming up, and the linebackers knocked out of bounds at about, let's call it the 34-yard line. Maybe a gain of 2 on the play. Clock is running with 7:25. It's going to be 4th down. Let's see who comes in. Special teams for the Toros. Yeah, Kenny Torres is in, number 21. He's the kicker. So 4th down, and the Toros will have to surrender the ball, at least on paper. But with Taekwon Gilmore in the game, it could change. With number 21, Kenneth Torres is back in punt formation. Back to receive, and there's a kick. It's going to head towards the 30, almost the 28-yard line. It's going to go out of bounds. Pretty good punt there by Kenny Torres. 1st and 10 for the Shakes. They've been their own enemy here, so to speak, in terms of drives. They've given up the ball on interceptions on their last 2 possessions. Or last 2 out of 3 possessions, I should say. But they'll have the ball now back on their own 28-yard line. So good punt again by Torres. 6:43 left in the 3rd quarter. 25-9, the Toros on top. Pecoraro in quarterback at the I with the I formation. Kaplan right behind him. Hand off to Kaplan, trying to go off tackle. He's going to be stacked up there. Maybe a short gain. They'll get you in on that tackle. Last man coming out of that bunch, along with Taekwon Gilmore, was number 76. That was Sebastian Mayorga. He's one of the defensive tackles. He's a senior. And his goes in at 266. Oh, another flag has been dropped. Oh, my goodness. Okay, Too many men on the field. Okay, it was a penalty. So Coach Burnley will be looking at film very, very seriously here and find out some of the missteps here from his defensive unit. Kaplan, straight up the middle. He's got room. And he's going to be dragged down after a 10-yard gain. In on that tackle, Andrew Morales, along with number 74, Jesse Hernandez. 1st and 10 for the Sheiks. Again, now the Toros being their own worst enemies with the penalties that have been mounting the whole game. Okay, here we go. I formation. White in motion. Pecoraro handoff to Kaplan. He's got some room. Breaks a tackle. And he broke a hand tackle there very, very easily by slipping it. And that was Jorge Cepeda that put his arm out and couldn't do the job. So Kaplan rolls forward for, let's go here for a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 for the Hollywood. They're going to have to put some points up here in the 3rd and 4th quarters to try and make this a game and then hold Torres to a shutout for the second half, should that be possible. Snap to the quarterback, throws it over the middle, no good, incomplete. Oh, another flag. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy. We're going to have to look at the film here to see all these penalties that have been called. It's just getting to be almost a nuisance to the game because there's no continuity that can be established. And the players now are becoming very, very jumpy, very, very nervous about every play. So 1st and 10 for Hollywood, 5:27 left in the 3rd quarter. There's a snap. Pecoraro is going to keep it. Rolling left. In pursuit. The lineman, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds. Oh, here comes another penalty. After he's out of bounds. Number 59 in on the tackle. Ish Arcega. But, again, as we mentioned, every play, there's a penalty. Unheard of. But that's the way the game is being played, so let's call it for what it is. It's high school football, game number 2, and every play has a penalty behind it. Unbelievable. Here we go. Back to the action. First and goal from the 10. Let's see what Hollywood can do or what the Torres defense can do now. Kaplan has it, slants right out tackle. He's going to pick up some yardage. It's going to be 5-yard pickup, 2nd and 5. 2nd and goal, check that, 2nd and goal to go. Defense has to pressure here. 4-3 defense up front. And might they put a linebacker in on a blitz to try and throw Kaplan for a loss or for Pecoraro? Okay, it looks like there's an injured player on the field. We'll be back and find out who it is. This is East LA Sports Scene. Oh, it's Andrew Morales. He's still in the end zone. Set to go, the player that needed attention was Andrew Morales, number 2. It looked like it was cramps. They had to take him off the field. So 2nd and goal to go for Hollywood. Knocking at the door here. Kaplan on a sweep. Oh, he's going to be wrapped up. Oh, nicely. Williams in there. But coming up limping is number 52 on the tackle, Heriberto Cepeda. And the referee's going to have to stop the game so that the medical team can come in and take care of him. This is East LA Sports Scene. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, we are back. 3rd and 7. Heriberto Cepeda is taken out of the game. for precautions. Okay. Pecorero's throwing deep into the corner. Incomplete. But we watch for a flag. We watch for a flag just in case. So the pass incomplete is going to be fourth now. Pass thrown a little too high, but there was double coverage there by the Toros. Let's see what Coach Galvan does here. He's got a place kicker that certainly can hit the uprights there. But does he want to sacrifice a field goal for a touchdown? And it looks like that's what he wants to do. They're sending in Andrew Herrera, number 17. He'll be attempting the field goal. And the field goal is up. And no good. Wide to the left again. So plagued by 2 missed field goals. That's 6 points that could, end up being the difference in the game, possibly. Anyway, they're going to change possession here, and the Toros will have it on their own 20-yard line. We'll be back in a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Okay, 1st and 10 for the Toros. Here comes Gilmore. Finds a seam. Hit a block and then knocked down from behind. Oh, what a nice run there. In at quarterback was number 80, Chris Leon. And he did a student body right. He pitched it, and Gilmore had it, and off he went. But a good open field tackle from behind. He needed one extra step to really put it into overdrive, but he couldn't do it. However, great run by Gilmore, adding more onto his yardage. Imagine 160 yards that will be denied to his total tonight because of penalties. And it looks like there's movement. Offsides, illegal procedure. Or false start on the offense. 2nd and 15. 3:57 and the clock is moving. 3rd quarter, 1st and 10 from the 45. This is the kind of environment that Taekwon Gilmore thrives in. Ball hit the ground, bad snap. And looks like Rivas. No, check that. Chris Leon in at quarterback wearing number 80. He's one of the captains on offense. Chris Leon can handle the snaps. So obviously Coach Burnley has Rivas on the sideline. Maybe he's been injured in the game tonight. But with that fumble, it's 2nd now and 15. Missed a good opportunity there. There's the snap, pitch. Gilmore went right, coming left, goes back to his left, and he's going to be swarmed. No opening there. Blocking broke down. Misdirection play all the way. So 3rd, and let's call it about the same. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. So the big offensive line in there, 54, Deontay Leon. He's at the guard position. Jesse Hernandez is in there, number 74. And we have also Jalen Williams, 42, Antonio Greer, number 11. Triple set back offense. Leon's going to throw it downfield. And it's picked. Oh, it's caught. 15. And Williams has it. Oh, and then they drag him down at about the 10-yard line. Whoa, what a huge replay. Jalen Williams on the receiving end from Chris Leon. Just what the doctor ordered. A huge, big-time play there from Torres. It's going to put them in the red zone on the 10-yard line. What a tremendous play and a catch. A pass and a catch there from Torres in the persons of Chris Leon, number 80, who dropped back a 3-stepper and then threw it downfield to Jalen Williams and made a tremendous catch. Over center now. Leon. Pitch. Here comes student body right. Taekwon Gilmore on a sweep. 10, 5. Does he get inside the pylon? We can't see from our vantage point, but he's going to be knocked out. Touchdown. There it is. He pushed it through the pylon as he flew through the air. A big Division I, the big NFL play there by Taekwon Gilmore. Let's see, there's a penalty here. But we're failing to see where the flags are on the field. Oh, excuse me. Check that. We see an injury there after the play. Here he is on the sideline. They're trying to stretch him out. Looks like a cramp. But because we've been in the mindset of play, penalty, we reverted back to that. So we apologize. Player injured after the game. And now Torres going for the 2-point or the 1-point conversion. The score now reached 31-9. And we'll be back in a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. The scrimmage now for the point after. Leon takes a snap, pitch. Williams, power sweep. No, he's going to be dropped short of the goal line. So the 2-point conversion is no good. Score will stand at 31-9 in favor of Torres. But let's see what the referees are doing. They're talking to the players. There may be a penalty here. And now that will conclude that drive there by the Toros. A quick drive with a huge run by Taekwon Gilmore, then a huge pass. So the knockout punches came just in the nick of time here for the Toros in the third quarter. There's 1:46 left. But the game has been plagued and marred by many, many penalties, and included again, as we mentioned, 2 80-yard kickoff returns or runs, excuse me. We can't remember what each of them were right now at this point, but they were very long runs by Taekwon Gilmore that were nullified. But he's put in a good day's work. He's well over the 100-yard mark. He may be approaching 200 when we look at the final game stats tonight. Okay, they're lining up here for the kickoff. And now Hollywood is going to be very desperate to put that ball up in the air to try and score some touchdowns if they can against the Torres defense. They've been very, very sound again tonight. They've only given up 9 points tonight, and they gave up 9 last week. Kickoff caught at the 19-yard line. Looks like it's Kaplan. He's going to be brought down at the 33. Big hit there. Big hit. Presence made known there by the special teams for Torres. As we're going to close down the third quarter here in just a moment and then round third and go for home on the fourth quarter. This is East LA Sports Scene's coverage of the Torres Toros through East LA Sports Scene. Okay, we're back. First and 10 from the 32 for Hollywood. Handoff. Kaplan trying to squirt loose and go upfield. Just can't do it. The defensive pursuits were very good. Greer, Williams, Gilmore all in on the stop. So the Toros are doing good there to force the run to the outside, and then gang tackle coming up with the cornerbacks coming up, linebackers in pursuit. It's a good 4-3 defense here, alignment for the Toros. Linebackers very active. The two corners and safeties are doing their jobs. And their pass is going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up third and 12. Just under a minute now left in the third quarter. Okay, they say the pass was intended for number 11. That was Spencer White. Third and 12, big play here coming for Hollywood. Facing a 3 and out, then the ball goes back to Torres, and Torres is loaded tonight with many offensive weapons in their arsenal. White's in motion. Pass thrown out to the flat, incomplete. Pecoraro just having his problems connecting downfield, looking for, again, the short down and outs. Not working tonight. Well, in some cases it was when they were on certain drives in the game.
Gilmore. Touchdown already tonight.
Back to receive for the punt, Taekwon Gilmore. And here's the snap. Oh, look out, it went through his feet. Here he goes, through his legs, and he's going to down it right at the, oh my goodness. A bad snap by the center, and the kicker had no chance at fielding it correctly and getting a punt out. And number 41 was the punter. No name on the program, sorry about that, but it's all good for the Toros. They're chomping at the bit for another touchdown. And by doing that, it could mean that the mercy rule could be invoked. We will see now what happens. First and goal to go for the Toros. Let's see what Coach Burnley does now. He's had Chris Leon in the quarterback, getting a lot of experience here in the second half of this game.
First and goal from the 8 again.
Big full house backfield. Two running backs with blocking backs with the I-back running back. Here goes to Gilmore. Stepping, looking inside the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown for Taekwon Gilmore. A 9-yarder. And that will be unofficially his 5th touchdown of the game, we think, but we have to go back and look at the books. But another player on the field here for Toros. We'll be back in a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Here we go for the conversion. Same offensive set without Taekwon. Oh, the ball's dropped. Leon was pulling back, and ball was just short of his fingertips, and ball's fumbled. That's it. The 2-point conversion, no good. But we're going to find out and get an injury report on Taekwon Gilmore. Hopefully he's going to be okay and can come back in. So, change of possession, kickoff coming. We'll be right back. This is East LA Sports. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Okay, we're back with 40 seconds left in the third quarter. 37-9 now is the score. There's the squibber again. It's the Frank Urzua. Kickoff is going to go out of bounds. And let's see if Hollywood wants it. They take it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, automatically now, because of the ball going out of bounds, it's going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Penalty flag is thrown again for the kick going out of bounds. And now Hollywood really their backs against the wall here, because Father Time is their mightiest enemy right now. They have a 28-point margin or deficit that they're facing here at the end of the third quarter, and then obviously they face the fourth quarter with a very potent offense from Torres. And another delay of game.
Flags on the play.
So we'll refer you to the LA Times article. We feel it's very appropriate for viewers that follow high school football, that this season, for some reason, there's been an overabundance of penalty flags in many of the games held on week 0. And you can go to Eric Sondheimer on the LA Times, and he's written an article just about that very subject that we talked about all night tonight, the number of penalties. Handoff to Kaplan, over tackle, and he's going to be met and then dropped appropriately. In on the stop, Antonio Greer. Just going beast mode here on defense. Antonio Greer doing a great job along with Jalen Williams and all of his colleagues and all of his teammates here on the D-line. We got Jorge Cepeda, who's been playing very well. We've got Frank Urzua, Mario Gonzalez, Antonio Greer. Many of the players here were... And there it is, the end of the period has finally come. And the score on the board is going to read 37-9 in favor of Torres. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter of East LA Sports Scene High School Game of the Week. Okay, here we go. Hollywood staying on the ground here. And it's going to be a first down. Okay, we're back to action here. First and 10, 11 minutes left in the game. There goes a flag from the back judge. Forget this play, it's going to be called back. Okay, we're back. Benefiting from another penalty against Torres. Here they come. Here's Hollywood now. Hollywood still staying on the ground. Probably Coach Galvan looking to work out some running options here. Working on some plays. It's going to be 2nd and 3. Okay, back to the action. Handoff. Nothing. Oh, it broke out of the grasp of the tackler. My goodness.
Let's go, guys.
Big pursuit in there by Jorge Cepeda, number 5. Taking care of business there. But give Kaplan credit for shaking off a tremendous tackle. Just behind, just at the line of scrimmage, but no gain. It's going to be 3rd and 3 here coming up for Hollywood. And here's the whistle now. It's going to be a timeout taken by Hollywood. And with that, we'll be back as well. We're taking a timeout here on East LA Sports Center. Okay, back to the action. A handoff again. Kaplan still moving now down to the 21-yard line. He's going to make a first down on the carry. Give him credit for that. 1st and 10 for the Sheiks as they're moving forward, looking to get respectable here with 9:43 left in the game. Torres defense getting a good workout tonight. They've been doing very well. Oh, Kaplan just sprinting through. Got a good block up there off the left tackle. Slid through and got a burst of speed, and he's down at the 8-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal to go for Hollywood. So Coach Galvan looking to work the ground game here against the Toros, trying to tire them down. Many players go both ways on offense and defense. In non-conference action right now. 9 minutes and 10 seconds now. Clock is moving. And now there's going to be a timeout taken here. We'll be back with more of East LA Sports Scene's coverage of High School Game of the Week.
Yeah, jump over it.
Okay, here we go now. Play. Driving down to the column to the 4-yard line. He stopped right there.
4-yard line. And Jonathan Molina.
And let's see what happens here on that play. Hollywood threatening now right at the doorstep of breaking in for a touchdown.
3-yard line.
2nd and goal here for the Sheiks, trying to put points up on the board here in the 4th quarter. Handoff. Going over into the end zone. There he goes for the touchdown. Looks like it's Kaplan. Is it too hard? Okay, touchdown now. It's going to light the board up for Hollywood, pushing the score to 37-15. And let's see, obviously they're going to try and go for the 2-point conversion. Oh, let's see, maybe not. Looks like Coach Galvan wants to go for the point after. There's a set, the placement, the kick, and it's good. Okay, so at 8:23, Hollywood gets on the board. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. And here comes the approach to the kickoff. Let's see, it's going to be an onside. It's a line drive caught right there at the 35. And off he goes, heading around the right sideline. Will he get a block to keep going forward? No, he's going to be driven out of bounds. And let's see where they're going to spot that. It's going to be a good field position for the Toros. A great play. It looks like there might be some unsportsmanlike conduct at the end of that play, where Hollywood, being very aggressive, trying to get that ball back, might have committed a penalty. But Torres, we can't see the player from here who caught that on a line drive, but give him credit for a big, big run back. We'll be back in just a moment after they figure things out. This is East LA Sports Scene. Okay, here we go. Back to the live action. 8:18 left in the game. Torres with the ball. Always a dangerous threat with Taekwon Gilmore. Chris Leon pitches it. Gilmore goes left, then he goes right. That's his very, very standard move. He's on the way to another touchdown. Look out, touchdown, Taekwon Gilmore. Let's see if that play stands. It's a very unique running form that young player has, and he did it all there. Give him credit at least for a 43-yard run. For 43 now, 16. Okay, and let's see now. Here's where we are, sorting things out. So it's 43-16 in favor of Torres. On its way to its second consecutive win. They should end up at 2-0. On the other side, it will be Hollywood facing 0-2 on their preseason record. Again, these are all non-conference preseason games, and it's really for the teams to get into season or to league shape, so to speak. And these are the training grounds where that happens, where coaches evaluate all their players. Here's Urzua with his famous squib kick. Very difficult to handle. Picked up there at about the 25. Runner still going. Here's the whistle. He's going to be brought down on the far side of the field. At 8:01, Hollywood will have possession of the ball again. So Hollywood now trying to muster another drive here. Successful on their last drive where they scored a touchdown. A 9-yard run by Kaplan, but that was just counteracted on the next possession by the Toros on an exciting run again by Taekwon Gilmore. Ran it in from approximately and unofficially from 40 yards. Handoff. Here we go. That's a gain of about 5-yard gain there for Hollywood. Again, Coach Galvan working on his ground game. He's pretty much not giving up on the long ball threat, but he's been happy to go medium to short passes and then the running game, but it's not effective enough against the Toros, where the lead is very, very big now at this stage of the game with 7 minutes and 25 seconds left on the clock. Here's another running play to Kaplan. He's a good runner. He's a decent runner, but he is not breaking it for yardage comparable to Taekwon in his efforts. There's no comparison. But, again, it's the size of the heart in the player as well that really, really counts. So we give Kaplan lots of credit for his efforts in tonight's game. Here it goes again. Loss of yardage and flags flying in from center field and right field. And it's going to go against Torres. There's a referee just giving that famous that signal that we're so used to watching here tonight, a personal foul. And it's going to be yardage now assessed against Torres. Here it comes. You see him marking it off. And now we're heading towards the 3-hour mark in the game. The game was kicked on. The game started at 7. We are approaching 10 o'clock here in the evening in Hollywood. First and 10 from the 35. Another penalty. False start on Hollywood.
On the sheet, -5, it'll be first down again and 15 to go.
6 minutes and 35 seconds left in the contest. It's been all Torres tonight over Hollywood, so they win the revenge match from the playoff game from last season. But this is the 2017 season, and a whole new set of opponents are on the schedule for both teams. A sweep around left end, and he'll get up maybe to the 35-yard line. Maybe just catching up to the line of scrimmage on that play. Second and 10 for Hollywood. Clock continues to move. On a beautiful evening here in the City of Angels, Hollywood specifically. We're in the middle of a heat wave, but today we were refreshed by some rain due to the humidity in our travel here to the game. And then at kickoff time, perfect weather. So 80 degrees here on a summer night, last day of August 2017. There goes a handoff. The running back is still going, dragging tacklers with him down to the 26-yard line. And we're going to pick the running back here. We thought it was Kaplan doing all that damage, but I stand corrected. Looks like Coach Galvan has put in some other players to get playtime experience. And a penalty now is assessed to Hollywood on that play. Major penalty. Moves it all the way back to the 45-yard line with 5 minutes and 6 seconds left in the game. So Torres will gladly accept that penalty. Ball's going to be placed at, let's call it the 40-yard line, 45-yard line. Second and 20 here for Hollywood. Man in motion. And again, the penalty flag. The most popular item on the field tonight is the penalty flag. For some reason, there's been constant penalties the entire game. So thank you for your patience in staying with us here on East LA Sports Scene, our webcast coverage of the Toros. We're going to take a break and come back after the timeout. This is East LA Sports Scene. Okay, here we go now. Barring any penalties, we hope we can conclude the game on a rhythmic note here, where both teams can basically play football. Handoff. Yeah, here he goes. Still straight up the middle. And let's see, there's a new ball carrier, number 32. Give him credit for all the power runs. That's Lauren Enoch. He's a senior. Where has Lauren Enoch been? You should have had possibly Kaplan along with Enoch in the backfield. He's been a terror here for Hollywood, picking up chunks of yardage every time he carries the ball. So we apologize for having miscalled the running back. It's been Enoch instead of Kaplan. He gets the ball again. And then he's going to be brought down at the, let's see, by the 28-yard line. And we're looking at the Max Preps lineup, and 32 here reads Lauren Enoch. According to the Max Preps roster, 32 is Lauren Enoch, E-N-O-C-H. Pasquarero still the quarterback. There it is. 4 consecutive runs down to the 20. Okay, clock is running, 3:15 coming up in the game. Torres way out in front. They're going to walk away from this with the victory, number 2, 43-16. All right, here we go. And there's Kaplan. He's back in the game. He's got the ball. Moving the pile forward, and he'll be whistled down at about the 12-yard line.
13-yard line.
So we have number 9 back, Sean Kaplan, alternating with number 32, Lauren Enoch. It's all academic now. Hollywood will just run the clock out. Looks like because they're in good shape for a first down at the 10-yard line. Pasquarero has it. Man in motion. Handoff. Kaplan swings left. Got a block from his tackle and move forward near the first down. Let's see if they get the first down. Clock stopped at 2:14.
That looks like a first down right at about the 10-yard line.
And he runs the clock with the whistle. Here we go. We've now made the 3-hour mark. It's 10 p.m. here on the West Coast in Los Angeles, California. Pasquarero hands it off straight up the middle. And let's see the ball carrier on that. He's been alternating his running backs. And the ball carrier on that looked like it was number 5. That might have been Amir Davis. Clock moving with 1:30 left in the game. In the backfield is Enoch, number 32. Handoff. Enoch can't do it. Big line of tacklers in front of him. He'll be brought down at about, let's call it the 9-yard line. 1:07 left, clock moving. Coming down to the finish of a very, very long game marred by dozens of penalties. In totality, the game was 3 hours long. Here we go now. Clock inside the 1-minute mark at the 52nd mark and counting. Let's see if Hollywood can get a respectable touchdown here. White's in motion. Hand off to Enoch. Oh, no, brought down nicely. Andrew Morales in on the stop. First man in there along with his teammate, number 5. That was Jorge Cepeda. They were doing good things here for the Toros, anchoring the defensive wall, the defensive line, holding Hollywood to a total of 16 points. So this could be the very last play of the game. They're going to snap it at about within the 10-second mark. It's at 9, 8, 7. Handoff. Enoch has it. Will he get in? And he will go in for the score for respectability with just 2.7 seconds left in the game. And that should do it. Here, we're going to have time for one more play. And the point after will not take any time off the clock. And here comes the point after. Coach Galvan sticking with the tradition of the point after with the placement kick. The kick is up, and it's good. Okay. So respectability approaches, and they take it. 23 points now
2 seconds to go
for Hollywood, and it's 43-23 in favor of Torres. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Okay, we're set to go here for the final play of the game. It's going to be a kickoff, and let's see, it's an onside kick, and it's out of bounds. And did they run any time off the clock? That's the question here. The ball was in motion, no time ran off the clock. Okay, so there's a penalty. They'll have to re-kick it. And while they're rearranging that, we'll be right back. This is East LA Sports. Here we go now. There's no re-kick, so Torres accepting the penalty. They're going to take just the victory snap here, the one knee to the ground. Let's see if that will do it. The referee has the ball in his hand, and that signals the end of the game. The Toros take a win here on the opposing team's home field as they come to Hollywood High School and defeat the Hollywood Shakes by a final score of 43-23. You're watching East LA Sports Scene's coverage of the high school game of the week.